Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
What is up, Mr. Primetime?
We're back.
The Monday after. The Monday at the end.
It's going to be one of those shows.
Everybody. A surprise. The third amigo is joining us.
On time, ready to go.
He was actually
On
early.
time, baby.
Welcome back.
Hey, look. I'll try to get that Christmas bonus, baby. You know what I mean? I get that Christmas bonus, baby. You know what I mean? You got to do what I got to do.
Bro,
Get
you
him
may
out
get it
in
for
here,
next
baby.
year. Your place you're going. Christmas bonus. Shit. So before we get started, we just want to let everybody know we ended our fundraiser last week and we raised $800 for the Captain Mark Lee toy drive in the Jersey City Fire Department. So we want to thank everybody, man, because we're not associated with anybody. We don't have a website. We don't have a network. We don't get a lot of support from a lot of people in like our little community here, other than you guys. So people here that in our community, our community we have here, helped us out, spread the word, and we cannot be more thankful, more appreciative, man. That's super, super awesome, man.
Yep, everybody that bought shirts, that donated in the chat, that spread the word. Thank you guys so much for giving to a great cause.
And thank you guys for your support, man. It means a lot to us, man. It really does.
Yeah, so we're gonna have on Mark Lee probably. I'm not sure. Sometime this week. I gotta figure out the schedule. His schedule. He's busy too. So we're gonna get him on. Let him share his story. And then once they start sharing pictures of the toys going to the kids, we'll show them as well. Always we give full transparency, man. So we don't play around. The shirts, we ordered them today. It's going to take a little time, but once they go out, I'll get them out. It's the Christmas time, man. A lot of things going on. So we're going to do our best. So before we go into yesterday's game, we have some injury news today. The star marquee signing in this offseason, Corey Davis, is now out for the year. And my first question, and we said this yesterday on the stream primetime, was he didn't seem 100% going into the game. It almost seemed like he was rushed back. And sometimes you guys say the player from himself. Mm-hmm. I have this weird feeling this injury could have been avoided.
Absolutely. He was, doubtful all week. I think he barely practiced. Solly even said when he was asked about it today, that's a fair question. I think he said in response about, whether or not it could have been avoided, whether or not he should have been out there, why he was medically cleared. For a guy that's had a history of injuries, he's your marquee signing. You were 3-8. What was the urgency in putting him out there instead of maybe getting a look at Denzel Mims a little bit more? Don't understand it.
Tyrone, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I agree with both of you guys. I think he shouldn't have played. I think that they rushed him back for what? Like, said Primetime just made the best point. What was the point of bringing him back? I mean, we're not in playoff contention. The way we're playing, we're not a really good football team. He hasn't really done much. You know what I'm saying? He's not the kind of player that's going to dominate, halfway. So it didn't make sense. But, to lose him for the season, is just another
Even worse now, not to harp on like the entire free agent class again, but the two guys that you signed to long-term deals, now they're both coming back from injuries next year. So what are you even going to get from them?
Well, I mean, get Tyrone.
No. I'm just going to say this. The biggest free agents that we both signed are both out for the season. You know what I'm saying? I think Davis will be, he should be ready to buy, OTA. He'll be fine. Lawson is, it could be a while before he gets back. Yeah, I know he's ahead of schedule, but the injury he has is sustained is going to be a big one. So, I mean, it's just
not to mention we still don't even know what Becton is if he's going to play this year. Every week the question just keeps getting pushed down the road. We'll talk about it next week again. He's on the field. He put his helmet on this week. He stretched. Like he's not playing this year.
But I mean, if we're just being honest about it, the entire free agent class has been a fiasco. Corey Davis hurt.
Total bust.
No, but go through the list. Corey Davis hurt. Carl Lawson hurt. LaMarcus Joyner hurt. Jared Davis didn't play. Tyler Croft hurt. Dan Feeney, nothing. Keelan Cole, not. I mean,
and worst of all, they had the opportunity to get out from the contracts of who was it? Alex Lewis and Van Roten. Both of them. They could have gotten out from and signed another guard, but nope.
It's a rough start for free.
Could have moved McGovern over, signed another center. Nope.
So you know what's
sorry,
Tyson. I want to say something. I was touching on what Primetime just said. This is probably the worst drive. I mean, the worst free agency we've seen. Well, I mean, it's been like that the last 2 years. But to say nobody really hit, or you know what I'm saying, maybe Cole, but he's not an impact player. To say that, we took fifth and fourth and sixth round like draft
What
picks, which I thought would never play, and has
what
produced more than the guys you bought in the free agency.
which
Yep.
free agent signing would you say has outplayed their contract so far?
None of them.
None of them.
Can you
You know
think of
what?
one?
None of them. Nah,
No,
not
I
one.
mean
I mean,
Tevin Coleman's been
Coleman,
serviceable, but he got
Kobe.
hurt.
Yo, Kobe.
Yeah,
I
he's
was gonna say
making what?
Tevin Coleman.
He's making what, like
A million,
1.25
a
or something like
million.
that?
No.
All right.
I think it's a
Okay.
straight million, bro. He's getting nuts.
All
He's
right.
peanuts.
I'll give you
Other
Tevin Coleman.
But other than that, that's it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a rough start. So you look at Corey Davis being out. I guess the one takeaway from yesterday is that Elijah Moore is definitely establishing chemistry with Zach Wilson, which is good. This is another opportunity. Everybody wants to say, "Oh, now Denzel Mims is going to get his chance." I still don't think so. I don't think the Jets like him. I don't think they're going to feature him. You saw yesterday they had Jeff Smith on the field. They're going to have Barrios on the field. You still have Crowder and Cole. Everybody, the Denzel Mims story for me is over. I think it's pretty obvious the coach staff doesn't like him.
And the few plays that he was out there, he had another penalty too. So I mean, he didn't really
Yep.
do much to help his cause at all. And yeah, I think Braxton Berrios, the few opportunities he's had, he's actually shown you a little bit. He's doing some things on special teams. He's made some plays in the slot. He's got some speed after the catch. He's showing you a little bit. So he's going to get an opportunity. Keelan Cole, if he's healthy, he's going to get some more opportunities. Jeff Smith, maybe he's going to get some
Kenny
opportunities.
Yeboah should get some opportunities as a
Bingo,
hybrid
absolutely.
tight end receiver. Like I don't think I think the Denzel Mims experience is over. I think it is.
I think so too.
Yep. I think
The only
whatever
reason
it
he
is
might
about
see the
him,
field is
like
to try to up his trade value for the offseason. That's the only
Yeah.
reason he might see the field.
the only this whatever it is with him, they don't like him. And
Nope.
we can harp on it. At the end of the day, he's not going to be here next year. They're going to find a way to get rid of him for a fifth round pick. With just another ways to pick. So
Yeah, so that's unfortunately, Corey Davis is out. I mean, there's a good and a bad. He's out, which is bad. The good thing is Elijah Moore will be featured a lot more, which is exactly what you want because get Zach Wilson as comfortable as possible. So before we go into the quarterback and the offense, I want to go into the defense again because I just don't understand the excuses that keep coming out of the building after all the shit they talked last week. Like we're bouncing back, we're coming, we're this, we're that. All these things prime time. Go ahead.
Can you just answer one question for me?
Sure.
Do we not see a difference between Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew? Are they not too different? Okay, I was just making sure. I mean, I don't watch enough Eagle games. I know you watch more Eagles than me. Go ahead.
He was their leading rusher, dude. Jalen Hurts is the reason why they're the number one rushing team in football. He's super athletic. RPOs. He's a significantly different player than Minshew. To say that we just prepare for the Eagles offense is laughable, dude. And I think they're trying to
embarrassing that
backtrack
they
now.
even admit that,
Dude.
bruh, listen, I'm about to go on one of my little rants. Listen, man, that was the dumbest shit I've ever heard a coach say, ever. We didn't prepare for this quarterback. Does that even remotely
They didn't have to. They didn't have to prepare for him. They weren't worried about it.
Listen, you knew the kid was hurt all week long. And I'm sorry, Minshew, they had him out there looking like that was Tom Brady, 99 with Randy Moss. Listen, bro, that was horrible, man. And I'm not going to get overly frustrated because you know what? This team wins, and then this week they fucking suck. Yo, they had the Eagles out there just manhandling them, bro. And I'm going to tell you something else. I figured out what the problem is. I talked to somebody today. You know what the problem is, bro? This team is soft as shit.
Yep.
This team is
one of
fucking
many
soft.
problems.
I've never heard of a team talking about, they were talking about us on the sideline. Bro, that is fuck.
It's true. Bro, it's true.
You know what the problem is? Like, even more than just being soft. Like, they don't have any pride. They get punched in the mouth, their faces shoved in the dirt. They get up and they shake their hands and they say, "Hey, let's do it again." Like they don't care. It doesn't get them angry. They don't get upset about this.
Nope.
Mosley even said it after the game. Like they're getting laughed at. Salah's getting laughed at. They're a joke to everybody else.
But
nobody takes them seriously right now.
But and
they have to earn that respect. It's been 10 years of bullshit.
Because, bro, the thing is, run defense is a matter of will, about wanting it more, shedding your blockers, getting after it, and making hits. It is, dude. And it's like, and they say it. The coaching staff has said it. And week in and week out, we're getting mauled and mauled and mauled. 7 yards a carry, 8 yards a carry, without contact. And it's embarrassing, dude. There's no pride. There's no passion.
And I couldn't believe it. Just real quick. I saw the question you asked today. I couldn't believe the number of people that say it's a lack of talent. Listen, I'm not saying we're the most talented defense, but we have enough pieces out there where every run shouldn't be 5-6 yards untouched. Every screen pass shouldn't be 9 yards with nobody even in the vicinity of the guy.
But it's the same people that say it's a lack of talent are happy to pay John Franklin Myers. They want to pay Quinton Williams. They want to pay Fatukasi. They love C.J. Mosley. You love all these guys. Keep in mind, I don't give a shit how bad Ashton Davis is, who's terrible, or Elijah Riley, who's a work in progress. The defensive front, it's a matter of just making plays, man. It's a matter of just tackling, being more physical, being tired of being pushed around and making the play yourself. Somebody's got to own it. There's no leadership, dude. There's no leadership on defense. There are a bunch of individuals sitting there be like, all right, not my fault, your fault. And the weirdest thing is it bothers me the most. And Salah's defense was supposed to be aggressive. Just everybody's going forward. Everybody's going to the ball kick. You're not going to think. You're just going to go. It's all about instincts and playing fast physical football. We haven't seen that yet. And they make these excuses up, dude. And Tyrone, it's like a lot of this shit is fundamental stuff, man. And some of the angles they take. And it's just like slowly but surely, you can see them starting to quit when you're on the field for 13 and a half minutes of a 15-minute quarter, the third quarter. But, dude, it's terrible. And then it's like, I'm the kind of person where if I'm getting my ass beat over and over and my scheme isn't working, I'm going to run blitz the shit out of you and say, I'd rather get beat. I would rather live and die with the blitz than get manhandled and blown off, torn apart like that.
I would love to know. I would love to know what their blitz percentage is on the season. I feel like every play, they rush forward. It seems like almost every single play, and they're just sitting back in the zone.
Listen, the one thing that we've been on this show talking about for the last couple of months is the one worry we didn't have about this before the season started was our defensive line. Our defensive line has played absolutely horrible. They'll give you spurts. They'll give you a couple of games where the defense shows up. But it seems like to me, after every single victory, they just fall apart. Now, let me ask you a question. Say we out somewhere, and I already know the answer to this, but say we out somewhere and the problem pops off. I know Tyson. I know prime time. I'm not going to look where you guys are. I know we're not going to start shit, but we're going to make sure we get out of there, right?
Yep.
I've never seen a team get pushed around like this, man. And it's, and I'm telling you, man, I've seen some bad Jets teams. I've never seen a team with this kind of just, okay, we'll accept it. I mean, listen, Tyson, you said it best. The defensive line, man, is getting no push. They're not aggressive. They're not, I mean, and I'm going to say the only person I really see that's really been, is Quincy and sometimes Q and Mosley. Like, you know what I'm saying? They bring anybody else, man, and it's kind of lackadaisical, man. It's crazy.
I wonder if Salah's rotation, where his whole 60% rule is not working, he needs to go 75, 80%. Get your better players on the field for longer periods of time and let them, like, I haven't looked at all defensive snaps because I honestly don't give a shit. I don't care because it's just whatever. But it's like this defense is just, this team is soft in general. Like, we complained the first part of the season when Zach Wilson's getting his ass beat, knocked on the ground, and nobody cared about him. Your defense is getting pushed all around. Nobody cares about that. It's just like they're kind of complacent, man, where it's like, today's not our day. This is the way it is. And there's no fight. There's no fight back. It's just, and
something's not working.
Yeah, it's leadership, dude. I think it's honestly leadership and accountability. And I keep going back, and you reminded me, Primetime, I keep going back to training camp and the way training camp was run. And it was one of the least physical training camps I've ever seen. Yep. It was just, and that's where you're like, and that whole culture word. Let's talk about culture. It's like that culture's established there, where it's like you weren't really ultra physical. There wasn't a lot of fights. There wasn't a lot of this. There wasn't a lot of animosity.
But even right now, though, like, what is it? Why is the message not getting through? Like, why have we seen consecutive games, pretty much all season, where the defense has just been absolutely atrocious? And Salah even touched on it today. And I forget, I think it was Victor Green that was on the show a few years ago. He said it back when Parcells was coach. The biggest thing with that locker room, the players were able to police it themselves. Yep. You had leaders in every single position group. Yep. Linebacker, you had multiple leaders: Mo Lewis, Marvin Jones, Brian Cox. You had Victor Green, Ray Mickens, Aaron Glenn. You had multiple leaders in every single position group that policed that locker room. On top of a legitimate head coach that everybody respected.
They wouldn't tolerate shit. I mean, Marcus Coleman said the same thing. Marcus Coleman said the same thing.
And I'm not saying that they've quit on Salah, but the message is not being delivered, or they're not receiving. Something is wrong where they don't fear him at all. I don't know if he's being respected. Yeah, he's not feared at all. And they don't they don't fear for their jobs. Nobody's feared of being benched. Nothing. Like they're out there just going through the motions.
But what is he's the fear of you know what I'm saying? Listen, they talk about changing the culture, right? You cannot change the culture of losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you have a loser mentality, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what kind of athlete you are, you're not going to any situation you think you're gonna lose. This team, man, when they hit adversity, they shut down. It's like, yo, you can tell how the game is going. Listen, I knew how the game was gonna go the first 3 minutes. I'm telling
Yep.
you, man. I'm sitting there watching them. When I watched them drive on the field, that easy, that effortless, bro, I knew the game was over. Listen, I
Yeah,
knew it was going to be a reason why we found a way to mess this up. But it's like you said,
see,
it's no physicality. It's
and this is
nah,
and
ain't no young
here, but
defense,
here,
bro.
it's not a young defense. See, like there are certain people that are just the biggest Jets homers that want to justify and make excuse after excuse. Let's go through that defensive line. Your starting defensive line, your starting linebackers. Tell me how many rookies are on there. Tell me how many. I'm going to tell you, not many, man. They're not young. Quentin Williams
No, the
young.
one dude,
John
the one
Franklin
dude,
Myers young.
the one
Kyle
dude, he's
Phillips
not
young.
playing.
Nathan Shepard young. They're not young. They're not. Stop making fucking excuses. At some point, like it's the weirdest thing. If people will see, Zach Wilson played well yesterday. People are beating a living fuck out of him on social media. He only did this. He only did that. It's the best game he's played all year. Meanwhile, your favorite players on defense are playing like dog shit and nobody's saying a fucking word. Seriously? You want to talk about Quentin Williams got to go to Pro Bowl. Quincy Williams going to the Pro Bowl. We've all these superstars on defense. Nobody criticizes them, and you're going to hammer Zach Wilson. What a joke. The defense isn't young. Yes, they have young players. The run defense, the run aspect of this defense isn't young. The defensive front should be playing better. Simple as that.
And the secondary, most of the season, they could have had those excuses. They brought in a guy off the street who's been starting the last few games.
And they showed up.
Ashton Davis, he shouldn't be a starting safety. Bryce Hall, he's probably been our best player the most consistent player on defense, at least. They're battling. You give them credit.
Listen. The secondary has showed up. Listen, man, like you said, I'm gonna have to agree with both you guys on this one. Whatever message is being given, and maybe it's the defense coordinator. Listen, man, I'm being honest, bro. That is just horrible, man. This team is giving up, bro. Listen, and I'm talking about 500 yards. Damn near 52 times, bro. This team has been this. Listen, the Eagles team, and I'm not taking nothing away from them. They're not a good football team. There's no way that a running back should be 7 yards a carry, bro. 7 yards a carry. What they average yesterday, 6.89 or some shit like that.
See,
that's crazy, bro.
But Tyrone, the thing is, it's like the Eagles. I predicted this game. I thought the Jets were going to lose yesterday, and the reason why was because the line play. Their offensive line, their defensive line is more physical than us. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Jets in the past when we would play a super physical team, Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens, anybody like that, we knew we were going to lose because we could never match their intensity or the physicality. We never could, right? Primetime, you played a team like Baltimore. We were getting our asses beat. It was not going to be close. We knew it was going to happen. Every year, it was the same shit. This Jets team is the same thing, man. It's just like, and I knew yesterday was going to be that. I thought Jalen Hurts was going to play, I thought they would have lost by more if he played because if you couldn't stop the running game with Minshew, can you imagine that with Jalen Hurts playing?
At what point though does Saleh step in and do something? Whether it's change the rotation, start calling the plays, get more involved with the meetings. Like at what point does he do something different to change this? He's supposed to be the defensive guru, right? That's his area of expertise.
Yep.
He dealt with injuries with the Niners. Like, is this roster right now that much worse than what the Niners were working with last year? The defense should not be this bad.
Listen, do what?
Get more aggressive.
Giving up 50
for one.
They've given
Stack
up 50
the box. Start blitzing
points.
more.
Damn near 3 times. This team has lost by like 150 points.
But Tyrone, just for the sake of sanity, like, you know what? I'm taking over the play calls. I want you to blitz more. I want you to do this. I want so-and-so to play here. Do something, dude. Because, and Primetime mentioned it. Listen, if our young corners were getting torched over and over, like, you know what? That's because we have young corners. Bryce Hall's hanging in there. Like, teams aren't throwing 500 yards of passing on us. They're lighting us up with the run game. That's the problem. It's like somebody's got, like, right now, all I hear is excuses. It's, this is the week. We're not going to do this. And you did do the same shit.
It's the run game, and every single throw in the flat, there's nobody within 10 yards of the guy. They're playing just this soft fucking zone. Like nobody's aggressive. So that's where you can start as a defensive play caller. Start getting more aggressive. Throw some more blitzes in there. If you get beat over the top, you get beat for some big plays. So be it. I'd rather get beat that way than just letting teams pick you apart, playing soft, just playing back, going through them. I'd much rather guys be aggressive, try to force some plays. Why not? What do you have to
The
lose at this
problem
point?
is this. The problem is this. Yeah, I bet you he's in there when they're making the defensive plan, bro. You know he has his fingers in the shit, bro. You know he does.
Well, that's a bigger problem then.
So Tyson, that's the problem.
But
Yo,
why,
you know he does. There's no
why
way.
is this defense so much different from what the Niners were doing last year?
Bro, prime time. Listen, to me, I think we actually have a talented defensive line. I think we got some decent linebackers. And I think they're played pretty good. Listen, I don't know whatever it is, bro, but listen, we can't stop a wheel route. Yo, listen, there's no way on 3rd and 7, 3rd and 10 that you're
How about
telling
3rd and
me
19?
that you don't check the back out the backfield, bro. How many
But not
times have in the game do we watch the back just ease on out and stand there with nobody within 7 to 8 yards of this guy?
But the other thing is,
That's
Tyro,
bad
and this
coaching.
is, this is where the comment about there's no difference between Jalen Hurts and Minshew bothered me, because once Minshew was starting, I'm like, Dallas Goedert is going to have a huge day because we can't
Yep.
cover tight ends, and that's a guy's going to go to. He had 98 yards receiving going into the second quarter. It's like you knew what they were going to do. Like, it wasn't rocket science, man. Like, I'm a dumbass fan. I'm like, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, 2 guys you got to worry about because the other guys weren't really doing much.
Yep.
And you know the other thing, though, just really quick, if this season really is all about developing Zach Wilson for the remainder of these 6 games that we got left, if that's really what this is about, he's got to have the ball to do it, right?
Yeah.
So another reason I would much rather the defense, even if they're giving up a big play and they just got to get off the field after 2 minutes, so be it. At least my quarterback has the ball now. At least he can actually develop this season.
Well,
Because he was poised to have a
have you
nice
seen the
fucking
game?
game. He still had a good game yesterday. He was poised to have a possible
he did.
breakout game yesterday, but he couldn't see the fucking field for more than 3 minutes in the second half.
Yo, listen,
Well, how long?
They didn't punt until 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
2 minutes, prime time, 2 minutes. They held the ball.
And Salah was happy with that today. We held him to 3 field goals.
Oh my God.
But the thing is, though, and you made a good point there, was like, all right, Zach Wilson, we'll go to Zach Wilson now. Like, he had a very encouraging first half where you felt a lot better about things. Like, you know what? This is the kind of quarterback we want to see. I can live with him being a little rat because he looked composed, made good reads, nice chemistry with Moore, nice touchdown pass. He ran for it. He had to be on the bench for almost an hour, right? Coming from halftime to the end of the third quarter, he had to be on halftime. He had to be ice cold. He had to be ice cold coming on the field.
They said during the game they went an hour and a half without a first down. I think they only had the ball twice during that time.
Man.
Yo, from
hard to get going
halftime,
like that,
that's one way to kill your quarterback's rhythm. Absolutely.
yo, from halftime to the end of the third quarter, when we get football.
We had 3
Like,
plays
they
in the
won
third quarter. We had 3 plays in the third
Exactly.
quarter.
They went on a 9-minute drive, bro. That's how bad
So-
it is, man. Listen, there's no aggressiveness though. None.
So then you going from the defense, which is a complete disgrace, to Zach Wilson now. And to me, this fan base, there's a good portion of this fan base, I think, just likes being miserable. I think they like to hate on people and will never have the ability to just be happy and encouraged. This is yesterday's performance is what we've been asking for weeks. The first half, he came out. It wasn't perfect. It's not always going to be perfect. But in the first half of game prime, he did a lot of encouraging things. Good reads. No, not every pass is in his hands. Not this. He made good reads. He looked comfortable. He ran the offense. The offense looked creative. Spread the ball around. Had chemistry with Moore. All those, like, that's progress. That's saying, okay, this is something we could build off of with 5 games left, right?
Yep.
It's not like, oh, fuck it, he's a bust. This still sucks. He still missed this. It's a baby step, man. We need baby steps. And I think we got to realize that while this is a rebuild, this is going to be like a half-year rebuild, and next year's going to be like probably a little step. This is going to be a little bit longer than we think with Zach Wilson. It's going to be a tough process, man.
This was a baby step, but it was a huge step because, the struggles all year have been first quarter, first half, coming out slow, needing 2 quarters to get in a rhythm. No, they came out just fucking rolling, 3 straight touchdown drives. And I get it. Listen, he struggled after that. Obviously, he didn't have the ball that much. I think that definitely hurt him. And then, fourth quarter, you're down 15 points. You start trying to force some throws a little bit. Now, I'm the last person to make excuses for Wilson, but this was a big step for him. The way he was able to come out today, make those short throws that we've been harping on. Like, this is a huge step. If this was a year 3 or a year 4 game, we're probably a little bit more discouraged. But for where he's been the last 4 or 5 weeks, huge step. No reason to be pissed right now.
Hey, prime time.
Completely agree.
I agree with both of you the same way. Listen, I think they came out. He played poised. He made some good throws. He made some bad throws as well. You know what I'm saying? But I'm listen. I like the way he commanded the offense. He took what the defense gave him, and that's all we asked. You know what I'm saying? And that's all we want. But at the end of the day, like I said, the kid is gonna be okay, man. Listen, listen. At the end of the day, the kid is gonna be our quarterback. Let the kid go through his growing pains. Let me see some progression, which we saw this week, and the kid should get better week after week. The
Well,
problem is, it's a bigger issue,
the
man.
thing is, we finally saw him run the offense like Mike White ran it, like Josh Johnson ran it. You started to see him run it like everybody else, which has been big criticism. Everybody else did it. He can't do it. Well, now he's showing you he is able to do it. So that's like in prime time, you made a good point. It was a big step for him, man, because my biggest fear yesterday was he comes out and lays a dud and gets booed off the fucking field, and we're gonna be like answering endless Zach Wilson questions, be like, should he be benched? Should he play the rest of the year? All this stuff. And he faced adversity. He had a rough week where everybody's bashing the hell out of him. He came up, and he played well. Like it's so obviously the third quarter you have one series, and then the fourth quarter you're right where it's like, listen, you're down 15 points. You start pressing a little bit. You start getting it. The Jets have some issues with time management, game management when they're in a hurry up, stuff like that. I don't necessarily understand half of that stuff, but listen, man, if you're a Jets fan today, just sitting there ripping on Zach Wilson, you just don't get it. The next 5 games may be the same thing. This is the roller coaster ride of rookie quarterback, but at least we're seeing a good aspect of it. We've seen all mediocre and shit. Now we're seeing some good and some bad. That's a rookie quarterback.
This is a very, very, very long process. And for a quarterback in New York City, like, there's no way he's able to avoid all the criticism with the radio shows and people like us doing all this shit. Like, there's no way he's able to completely drown it out. He's feeling a little bit of pressure. So to have a game like that where he can get, just the monkey off his back a little bit, gain a little bit of confidence. If he can keep taking baby steps like this for the last few games, hopefully he goes into the offseason a little more confidence and ready to roll for year 2.
Yeah, and having more talent around, you know what I'm saying? And watching, like I said, man, listen, I think what they're going to do is get the ball to him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, take the short passes and then, scheme something big down the field. I see them, a couple of good throws, like the throw across his body, bro. The ball was like 25 yards, man, right to Moore's hands, bro. I mean, the kid has arm talent. It's just learning when to use it and not to use it, bro. He eased up on one of the slant routes. One of them, he binged in there, and the other one's kind of a little bit more touch, man. Listen, grow.
Yeah, the touchdown to Moore was perfect. Like that on that ball, perfect touch, perfect placement. That was
prime time.
Yeah.
Perfect, bro. You seen what that was, bro. That was a really, really, tight space. You know what I'm saying? So I said, I like the kid, man. I like what he's doing.
Yeah, so the Zach Wilson thing, to me, I'm encouraged. Like today, the story wasn't about him at all. To me, the offense was not a story. Zach Wilson was a story. It was all about the defense. That's all it was. It's just nothing. It's just you want to be competitive. This defense is not even remotely competitive right now, and that's just it's tough to watch, man. And now you look at if you want to go through the other position groups, obviously the offensive line for the most part. I mean, there's good, there's bad. I mean, I think we could all realize now that Mekhi Becton's not going to play this year because he's not even practicing yet. So you have 5 games left, and he's not practicing. By the time he gets legitimate practicing, wouldn't he play 2 games?
And at that point, is it even worth it?
Two.
I mean, let's take a lesson right now from Corey Davis. I mean, what's the point at this point? Get him healthy, get him in shape, make sure he's ready to go for next year. That's much more important.
Yep.
And then protecting Zach next year.
Did they say what LDT's injury was? Is he going to be ready for this week or no? I didn't see.
I think they said he's day to day.
Yeah. So Michael Carter's banged up. So it's going to be interesting playing a very physical Saints team, which is that's going to be a challenge. But I mean, overall, it's like you look at so you go from the running backs. Obviously, Tevin Coleman does a lot of good things. I mean, you didn't see a lot of really Ty Johnson and Austin Walter because it was just a lot more passing. Yeah. So if you go to wide receivers, Corey Davis. I mean, I don't know what his deal is, but you get the same thing out of Crowder. You get things out of Berrios. You got Jeff Smith, but I mean, I don't know. How do you assess overall the offense? I mean, they did good things. I mean, Ryan Griffin had a touchdown. I think the tight end position's a disaster, but whatever.
Yeah, tight end position still needs a complete overhaul. Wide receiver, I love that Elijah Moore's, just gaining confidence, gaining some chemistry with Wilson each week. He's starting.
He's got
to
win some of his contested balls, though.
Yeah, he definitely. Yeah, he should have had the penalty on the one, and then the other one. Yeah, he should have made that catch. Definitely could help out his quarterback a little bit. I'd like to see a little bit more Berrios, I think, down the stretch. I'd still like to see Mims just to get him out there consistently, give him a game where he gets 40 reps and just see what he could do. At the very worst, maybe you up his trade value, you find somebody that wants him if you legitimately don't think that he fits your system. But yeah, I mean, right now, just looking at our receivers, we were kind of hopeful that Corey Davis would be, at the very worst, that number 2 guy. And now, you don't really know what he is going into next year. If he's going to be healthy, and with all the drops this year, he's very inconsistent. So tough to really judge that group right now.
Yeah, how do you have a 6'4" wide receiver that don't fit the system, bro? That just makes no sense to me, bro. That's just crazy.
I mean, even Samini said it. Samini said that the front office likes Mims, but the coaching staff doesn't. That was in his report yesterday.
That's nuts to me, bro.
Maybe he's just not a precision runner. He's not like a precise route runner, or I don't know what it is, dude. But they're just not. They just don't like him, man. I mean,
but here's what I don't get though. Like, whatever it is that his strength is, why not have a package of 10 to 15 plays that he can master in practice, and you put him out there only for this?
I don't understand it, dude. I mean, the selling point of this staff was they maximize the potential of every player. And right off the bat, they're just alienating Mims by saying you don't fit our system.
I'm just saying, what seems more efficient, having every guy learn every receiver position and know every responsibility of the X, the Y, and the Z, or having a guy like Mims who's not going to play every single snap, but having 15 or 20 plays that he can run like the back of his fucking hand. Like, doesn't make sense to me.
I mean,
doesn't make sense.
Something. No, you're right though. Just find 10 or 15 plays you can use this kid for and use him that way. I mean, 5 or 6 something. The kid is, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't understand what's going on. Not using tight end, not finding the tight end. Same big problem. You know what I'm saying? Now, Barrios, man, I like the progression of Barrios. I like what he's been doing. But I'm just saying, man, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like, I'm so tired of fucking losing. I'm so tired of not having the right pieces. It's
Brian,
Yeah, we got another kicker.
Do you want to discuss our kicker from yesterday that won the kicking competition? Is that a no? Is that a no? Did we lose him?
He's breaking up.
We lost
him.
Yeah, now we can.
It's been that kicker talk.
Kicker talk froze him up.
Froze like Kessman.
Bro, listen, man. Bro, listen. I'm not even trying to be funny with the kicker, bro. Listen, man. I can't even express how pissed off I was, man. Like, this is just beyond, and I thought our special team coach was really a good coach, and I'm not blaming him because
our punter and our kicker sucks.
Listen, let me start with one thing. I want to say this before I'm gonna jump ship real quick.
Did Brant Boyer draft Braden Mann?
Yes. Yes. He wanted him though, but he wanted him. Listen. I want to say this right here, right? Listen.
Morstadt's playing better than Braden Mann is. The guy they cut for Braden Mann to come back is actually still playing better. He's playing at a Pro Bowl level right now.
Yes.
The kicker we cut 9 years ago is playing better than any kicker we brought in the last 4 fucking years.
Exactly. Why is it though, man? This kid could make a fucking extra point, dog.
2.
He just missed the first. He missed the first one. He missed the fucking second one.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, Tyrone. The minute he missed the first one, I knew he was cooked. He's done because that's in your head. I'm like, there's no shot. I'm like, he has got no. I'm like, and he won a kicking competition. Like he won. Like, could you imagine?
How bad was Amendola?
Fuck. Tell me though. But listen, be honest with me. Tell me you guys saw that coming. I didn't see that coming, bro. I did not see him.
A point after.
A
point after should be like a foregone conclusion. No.
I did
First
not
one
see
I
him
didn't see
doing
coming.
that, bro.
Second one I had a bad feeling about.
Yeah, I just was done, bro. Like, this is just ridiculous. This is just, bro. This is why we are the way we are right now, bro. We are the kind of team, man, that you cut a field goal kicker because he sucked. Then you go bring in another one. He's worse than him, bro. Like, how do you do this, man? Our punter. Bro.
He's just as
your
bad.
One fucking job is to what? You're the last line of defense, and what do?
Yep.
Nothing.
I say for the next home game this Sunday, they're home, right? Yeah, I say for this Sunday, they always used to do the punt, pass, and kick competition. I say whoever wins the competition, whoever hits like the 40-yarder at the end of it, sign them up for a week.
No, what you do is this. I just
I
tweeted
that. There you go.
No, but this is what you do. You go in the parking lot and say everybody get in the parking lot at 8:30, and you have it before the game, dude. That would be the Jets' probably first sellout of the entire season. That's the way they get people in the seats because nobody wants to go watch them play. Say in 8:30 in the parking lot. Put on your best football attire, and we're going to bring in punters and kickers and have all kinds of competition. The person that wins, your family gets free tickets to the game, so you get more people in the seats, and you could start your starting punter, starting kicker.
Boom.
And he change it every week.
You could have Nick Mangold out there doing his tailgate thing.
Yeah, why not?
Set up the whole thing with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's bad, bro. It's bad. Like I said, bro. Listen, watching this team just fall apart like this. But I knew this was coming, bro. Listen, we have one good week, one bad week. I've never seen a football team like this. I've been watching a defense dominate one week and then come back the very next week and play worse. I mean, it's a foregone conclusion, bro. We suck. That's what it is.
So our good friend Dan, our defense is mostly schematic. We have a horrible defensive coordinator that has no idea how to position players. Even if he had LT, Deacon Jones, and Revis, hire Vic Fangio as defensive coordinator when Denver lets him go. I mean,
hey,
Fangio,
got a point there, buddy.
Denver's playing well, man. They're friggin' competitive at least.
I tend to agree with Dan that it's more like scheme related than like just talent.
But it's solid scheme though, isn't it?
But again, like why is there so much space? I can understand if guys are just flat out getting beaten, and that is happening on some plays where you just have bad angles or the safeties take a bad angle, bad route. Like that's happening sometimes. But I don't know.
How you on the screen pass, man? You're like 7 yards away from a guy, though, bro. How does that happen, though? How's that possible? Well, especially down in distance, knowing it's third down, it's 3rd and 4, it's 3rd and 5, and you guys, man, this is.
Tyson in prime time. Are you going to the game this Sunday? I'm not going.
No,
I'll pass. I think I'm done with my Jets experiences for this year.
Yeah.
There's
that point too.
It's not worth it, man.
Week 1,
it's
baby.
definitely not worth it.
Can't wait for my call on Friday though to buy more tickets.
Defense has regressed, and the kicking game has become a complete joke. You could say the special teams and defense have both regressed as the season has come on. But apparently, Braxton Berrios leads the league in returns, so he should go to Pro Bowl.
Hey, that first one, bro. I thought, if he would have got one last block, he was gone, bro. I was like, get it, baby. I was hey, what else I be happy about? The game starting off good. I'm thinking we about to go do something. We score. Here we go. When he missed the field goal, Tyson, it's just like my heart just dropped.
Well, we both said the same thing. We're like, oh, this is great. We're all fired up. Like, what a great throw to Moore and stuff like that. He missed a kick, and Primetime's like, yep, that point's going to haunt us. And then they come out again. He missed another one. Like, that's 2 points are going to haunt us. And you just knew we were screwed then.
Hey, prime time, 14-12, right? You're like, oh, shit. It's going to be a long day. You know it's coming, bro.
I was feeling good in that first quarter. And then, once the missed extra points and our defense not getting off the field, oh, shit, Patriots just went for a huge touchdown.
So this is my first regular season game ever this Sunday. Got any advice? Make sure you have a parking pass. That's the most important thing. Have a parking pass. Yeah. Get there early. Tailgate. Enjoying yourself. Tailgate. Tailgate a lot.
8 o'clock. Get there.
Get there and enjoy yourself because getting out of there is going to be a nightmare. So that's our advice. The tailgate will probably be better than the game. So looking at the Panthers, I feel like I'm looking at what the Jets would have been with Leo and Adam staying. I feel like we would be in bad shape. The Panthers. All right. I don't really understand the Panthers reference, though, because the Panthers just fired their coordinator. They've been completely disappointing.
Yeah, bro. Like, that's crazy.
I don't really understand the comment. Maybe I missed it. Patriots up 7-0. This is a big game for the Bills, too, man. They got to do something here. They need to get this. I mean, if the Patriots win this, they're number one seed, probably because of the wind, man. The wind's really bad. Yep. I think ESPN had to take their cameras down, like their field cam cameras, because the wind's so bad.
Got it.
Look at this team. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Dan, that's the biggest story is Zach Wilson showed you a lot to be encouraged. That's the one takeaway from this game is Zach Wilson makes you feel good. You're seeing Elijah Moore come on. You wish you had Michael Carter playing too. That's kind of one downside, I guess, of anything. Vera Tucker's coming on. You're seeing some positives, but the play the defense is just hard to ignore sometimes. It's just so inept. It's just so bad.
And now that creates a bigger problem for next year. It's like, where do you put all your resources? To the quarterback that still needs talent around him or a defense that legitimately needs 5, 6, 7 new starters? What's more important?
Prime time, listen. 2 top picks in the top, say top 5. Do you take 2 defensive players or you take 2 offensive players? That's going to be the one, bro.
I can't take 2 defensive players. I couldn't.
So
you want to take a pass rusher? That's fine. Trade down with the other one. Take a center, something like that. You can do that.
I just started watching football religiously this year, and the Jets are the team I'm rooting for. But my God, what was that performance? By the way, the defense. So I'd like to know what made you choose the Jets of all the teams to pick to support this year. Why would you take the Jets, man?
You don't want to be a homer.
I mean, there's a lot of teams I'd take, maybe teams on a rise ahead of the Jets. You
Started
really
at the bottom, now he's here.
You must like a challenge or something, man. Oof.
Yeah,
So
bro, 'cause
looks like we got in our chat,
it's
Joe
hard.
Douglas is getting criticized a little bit. Sal's getting criticized a little bit of everything. I mean, I didn't leave the game overly upset yesterday. Like I wasn't mad. I was just like annoyed. Like, all right, Zach played well. That's encouraging. Defense sucks, but it wasn't like, I think Zach playing well kind of offset my anger a little bit. I was just like, all right, whatever. Like another loss.
Yeah, that's kind of more of what we expected this year. Where
Yep.
the offense would have some moments. The young quarterback would give you some things, but the defense was probably going to be bad. I just didn't think we expected it to be this bad or in this manner where they're just not even like competitive at all.
Everything we talked about in the offseason was the defense keeping us in games. That hasn't happened.
Yep. And this, I mean, this is, and Nick makes the point where he says, I hate the comment by Salah saying a system is a system when asked if they prepared for Minshew or Hurts. The comment annoyed me, man. It annoyed me because they are significantly different quarterbacks. Minshew's a much better passer. Hurts is a much better runner. They're complete polar opposites at this. I mean, I just don't understand. Like, I for some reason, I think that Salah thinks he can be clever and cute with his comments and thinks he can just spew out some shit where it's going to be like, okay, cool, coach. That's really cool. Yeah, great. Like, and we're all buying in, but we all see through it. Like, this isn't like if he's like in a media market where, like, I don't know, if you're out in the middle of wherever, like maybe even San Francisco is easier on him, but like you're in a media market with a very frustrated fan base that sits there and listen. We want to know how you're going to fix things, how you're going to explain things. Like you can't just throw shit against the wall. Like, oh, they're going to buy that today. No, we're not. Like, come on, man. And he's been better. And to give Salah credit, though, dude, he's a lot more animated on the sideline. He's a lot more involved, a lot more motivational. Yeah. He's getting after now. Like you're kind of seeing his true colors now, which is great. But some of these press conferences, dude.
Yeah, and that's the thing with it. Similar to Zach Wilson, right? Baby steps. The fact that he's showing that emotion now, like at least as a fan, like you see that same kind of passion, that same kind of energy that we have as fans. You see him doing that on the sideline. I'm like, all right, that's a guy I can get behind. That's a guy I'll speak up for. And hopefully, it's the same way with the players. Like they see that and they're like, all right, I want to go to battle with that guy.
Yep. And the other thing we don't really even talked about at all is these penalties, man. These penalties are insane. These untimely. The Jets gave up, 4 first downs based on penalties?
Yeah. The offsides on 4th down was fucking
crazy, man. So, I mean, it's a lack of discipline, just untimely stuff. Afram says he's not getting the questions from the fans. That's why he gets away with his comments. Some of the questions in the press conference yesterday were a joke, man. Like they just don't. Connor Hughes was probably the only person that held him accountable in the press conference with one question. But
hence why we don't have credentials anymore.
Yeah. So if you guys have, so the comment is we didn't lose the game because of Minshew. The guy only threw for 240 yards. We lost because we stopped the run. We couldn't stop anything, man. He had all the time in the world to throw the football. He wasn't getting pressured. There was no pressure at all on Minshew.
See, but at some point, why does he not make an adjustment? Like even if they prepared for Jalen Hurts, thinking it was going to be the same kind of offense, clearly it wasn't. Clearly they were picking you apart at ease.
Listen.
At what point do you make adjustments?
It doesn't even make sense. If you prepared for Hurts, then you were prepared to stop the run, correct?
Yep.
Makes sense, right?
You
couldn't fucking do that. Not 7 yards of carry. I mean, you know what I mean? So, now how many did we blitz yesterday, bro? That's what I want to know. How many did we blitz yesterday? 3?
So we got a response from him. I'm from New York, bro, and I always root for the underdog. I love what the potential this team can achieve. The Jets need an entire culture change. It starts from the top. I agree with you, man. I mean, that's as a new fan, I agree with you. It does.
Didn't Quincy say that today? Quincy Enunwa on Twitter.
That is my question.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I started sending him all kinds of shit. He was just laughing. It is, man. It starts somewhere.
So how's it going to change then? If it starts with the Johnsons and we know they're not changing, is Joe Douglas capable? I mean, we assume he has the power to change things. I mean, is he the guy that's actually going to get this shit turned around? We keep hearing every week this shit's going to flip.
Well, it's interesting because some of the players that he should have traded at the trade deadline, he didn't. Look what they're doing now. They're doing absolutely nothing. That's trade compensation you could have got for this coming draft.
Yep. But draft picks aren't important, right? That's why we could afford to give away the 6th round pick. I mean, we don't need draft picks. We got Joe Flacco.
4 picks in the top. We have 4 picks in the top 50, bro. Like, if you can't get better with 4 picks in the top 50, bro, he needs to be fighting fucking.
But not even that, dude. It's an overall. Like, see, the problem I have is like you got to look at the moves he made this year. Who he brought in. Carl Lawson was completely unfortunate. I'll give him that. Whatever. It is what it is. Jared Davis was a guy they brought in to be a starter that fit Salah's defense. He's been a colossal bust. Thankfully, they got Quincy Williams, which bailed him out there. I mean, it's just a lot of these signings, dude. You're going to keep recycling players over and over. That's cap space.
I would trade all of his waiver claims. I would keep those guys instead of all his free agents. What do you got?
Yeah.
Braxton, you got
Yeah, your prime
Berrios, you got Quincy Williams, Berrios, you got John Franklin Myers, and there's
Bryce
I think
Huff.
Bryce Huff was it? Well, he was an undrafted free agent.
No, not free agent.
Right. There's somebody else I think too that they claimed that's playing. Forget who. Oh, Elijah Riley, right? Wasn't he a waiver claim?
I think so. Or did they? I gotta look. Ashton Davis. Let's not go down the Ashton Davis train today. I mean, he's just so bad, man. I don't understand. So let's see what we got. We'll go to some of your comments. Does anyone get the impression from Salah's pressures that he's always justifying losses? I know this year's a rebuilding year, but the staff always seems too comfortable with losing. They feel too comfortable with losing, and they always give credit to the other team. They always praise their opponent, like constantly.
Yep.
Like, it's so weird, man.
So complimentary of everybody.
Everybody's great. Everybody plays great.
They're great or they're fun to watch.
Yeah, he lost me a couple of weeks ago when he was like, "Yo, watching their defense was an honor, bro." I almost threw up in my own self, bro. That's just crazy. I never, come on, bro. Like, I was lost since then. You had me with that comment right there.
And you wonder why when your team's down 15 points, you see them on the field, they're laughing, they're joking, they're smiling, and it doesn't affect them.
Yep.
No fight, exactly.
Yeah, and Balls, you're absolutely right. His comment is defense robbed us of Zach's breakout game. You're absolutely right. That was the best first half he's played the entire season. Yep. He was ready to roll, and then he didn't get the ball till fucking what? He sat for almost an hour if he got the ball back.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got
replays in third quarter.
Wilson looked awesome, only to watch the defense completely deflate the momentum each time. Every player in that defense was pathetic. And and the one thing that's kind of surprising, and I'm starting to think that he's just hurt and playing through it, is CJ Mosley's play has declined, man. And I like CJ Mosley. I respect him. He's going from an all-time, a great franchise in the Ravens. Comes here, it's probably culture shocks. We suck. And he's trying to fight through it and trying to rally guys, but he's probably like exhausted trying to do that. I think he's hurt, man. I think his body's just breaking down at this point, and he's trying to fight through it. And it's just, you're starting to see signs of his play declining now.
That first touchdown where I know Ashton Davis was late getting over, but he still, like, when he was sprinting going back, I mean, he didn't look like he was running 100%
He was like
He
was 6 yards away from him too, prime time. On that big tight end pass across the middle.
Yeah.
He's like 5 or 6 yards behind him, bro. He was like, he was back there. So
I mean, and I don't think you can get out of his contract next year either, can you?
I think it's a $20 million dead money hit.
Yeah.
Because technically it's year 3 instead of year 4 from when they signed him.
Yep. Yeah, it's the whole trading him. It's easy to say trade him, but I don't think you can, man. I don't.
The Bills just score on special teams.
Did they? I can't see shit.
They're celebrating I don't know if the ball touched him though. They're saying it was a punt, fumble.
Did it touch him? We're getting a nasty storm here right now, man. This wind is whipping right here.
I keep seeing you look out the window. Yeah,
bro, it's scaring me.
Yeah, listen, I was driving, bro, going to the mountain, bro. Whipped me through me across the highway, bro. Trust me. That wind is nasty out here, dude. Nasty.
Damn.
All right, so we got some commentary from Dan. Becton always hurt. Pirine and Mims on the way out. Ashton Davis sucks. Morgan was a waste. Solid players. Hall, the 2020 draft class is a flop. Joe made up for it this year. Needs a home run in 2022. But Dan, how do you evaluate his free agency classes? So you're gonna mix in a bad draft class last year with a bad free agency class last year to now this year a bad free agency class and a decent draft. It's not good, man. It's not how you rebuild your team. It's not. What's up, Johnny? You say every stream we have, he always comes in and says hi. So prime time. What are your thoughts on the double doink kicker we got?
Who gives a shit? Like, really?
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. So we need a head coach that'll hold people accountable. I mean, this is a head coach in his press conference that says he doesn't motivate players. So I'm curious to see how that changes over time. But there's some alarming things here, man. Like he's learning on the job. He's definitely he's growing as a coach. I give him credit for that. Some of the time manager stuff I don't necessarily agree with. The hurry up stuff, some of the situation stuff I don't get. He's challenging plays now, which is good. He's definitely got a better pulse of the game, a better feel, I think. Except on defense, I don't know what. Like I almost want to see him prime time. Like we talked about this yesterday, though. You almost want to see him go to the bench, to his defensive line and be like, what in the fuck are you guys
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Why are they getting 7 yards a carry?
1000%.
And like you see Belichick do it. You see Pete Carroll do it. You see John Harbaugh do it. They all do it.
Flip a
Seems like when
table
things
over,
are going
bro.
good, it seems like when things are going good, he's always, clapping it
Yeah,
up with everybody. But when
yeah.
things are going bad, I mean, at least lately now when things are going bad, at least he's, going at it with the refs and stuff. But
Yep.
But don't lose for effort, though. Don't lose for effort. You know what I mean?
Touchdown
You know, I
Bills.
can accept that better team, but if we lose for effort, it's hard.
yeah.
This is and Trav's right. Almost every solid presser, there's a soundbite that makes you do a double take. Like did he just say that? You're absolutely right, dude. Like you listen to him, you're like, wait, what? Like you would think, like sometimes when he talks, you think that we're like 9-3. Like wait a minute, are we a winning franchise and I don't realize it? And that's I guess the next topic I want to cover because I have to, because it's been driving me crazy. Where the whole lack of respect thing, where CJ Mosley talked about that teams don't respect us, and Solid admitted teams don't respect us. How do you expect teams to respect us when you come off the Adam Gase experience? We're the worst team in football for 2 years. We haven't made the playoffs in a decade. And this year alone, we are getting blown out almost on a weekly basis. Where do you earn that respect? Like why should teams respect you? There's no reason to. There's none at all.
It's simple. Respect is earned. I mean, that's all it comes down to. Respect is earned. When you start playing well, you start playing a little more competitive, you'll get some respect. Right now, they don't deserve any respect.
Yeah. Your fans don't even respect you right now.
No.
Bro. I can't wait. Look what we're stuck with every single week, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Yo, you know the Eagle fans I know that just call me, bro. Like, yo, bro, y'all suck, bro. Y'all suck. I mean, like,
But you
I
know
don't
what?
even get mad
But you know what
anymore.
though?
What?
But the thing is, there were times under Rex Ryan, even Todd Bowles, when we were losing, they were at least competing their asses off. Like you question effort right now, primetime, don't you? On defense, if you would get respect, this team is coming out and just smacking you around and playing hard physical football. If you're losing, say 28-18 or 28-20, but it's hard fought where like the other team walks up the field, be like, damn, like we played a game today. Like when you play the Steelers or Ravens, you know what you're getting yourselves into. Like some of these higher level teams, you know that you played a football game. The Jets is like a party, man. It's like, hey, no big deal. You want to score, you want to run the ball, no big deal.
I want to say it's effort, but I also don't know how much of it is just like scheme and play calling. Because like I keep saying, I mean, the amount of space that these guys have, I've never seen anything like this on defense. In all the years I've been a fan, I've never seen this much space, this many yards untouched. So is it just guys like, trying to maintain their gap responsibilities? Like, why are we so soft? Why is nobody there ever?
Yep. But that's how you get respect. Like if it's a hard fought loss, like if you go toe to toe with the Bills or the Patriots, and it's like hard, like smash mouth, where you could see like they're leaving every ounce of their body on the field. That's how you get respect. Like we got the W, but this Jets team is tough to play against. Like we felt this game. Nobody feels like that playing against the Jets.
Let me guys ask you a question. Would a Rex Ryan team give up 150 points in 3 games?
I mean, I'm sure there's times the Rex team get their asses beat, but I mean, you
at
least expect an effort, though.
Effort, though, Tyson. Have you ever seen? Listen, primetime. Listen, I know both of you guys are long Jet fans. Have you ever seen a defense this bad? Ever?
Not this bad.
Ever?
Not this bad.
Yeah, the one thing we stood on was our defense. We lost that.
You want to address this one, or do you want me to take it?
Go ahead.
So the cornerbacks are the problem right now. Who's the best player on the field yesterday? Bryce Hall, the guy that gave up what, three catches? I think 9 yards he gave up. Okay.
Bryce Hall.
So the cornerbacks are the problem right now. Not the front seven.
Concerns.
Not the front seven that's given up like 5, 6, 7, 8 yards.
7 yards a fucking carry.
Not the linebackers, you can't cover anybody. Not our pass rushers that are non-existent. Cornerbacks. That's the problem right now.
Yeah,
not our safeties who don't help anybody.
The corners are the least of my concerns right now. It's more about the rush defense and the schemes and why guys are always. I mean, you had Eagle players that would catch the football, slip, fall, get back up, and the defender's still 5 yards away. I mean, it's just I don't understand what they're doing. Oh man. So we'll see. I mean, if you guys have more questions, we'll go over them. I mean, Bryce Hall is definitely coming on. I liked Eccles before he got hurt. I mean, Michael Carter got hurt. I mean, Javelin Guidry had a horrendous game yesterday. He struggled big time yesterday. I don't know if he's just one of his days, but it wasn't good at all.
You wonder if they put him back in the slot now if Carter's hurt, the concussion.
Yep. Yeah, but I mean, you like that. They're going to have days like that, especially a young player. That's okay. You know, that's something, but it was definitely bad. Let's see what we got here. Davis, Ashton Davis. I don't know. For those of you that are big Ashton Davis fans, please explain to me why, because I don't understand. So
'Cause he's a
Afram
track
gave
star.
us the CJ Mosley. If it's before June 1st, it's a $20.5 million cap hit. If you cut him after June 1st, it's a $17.5 million cap hit. Moral of the
Bro, he ain't
story,
going nowhere.
CJ Mosley's going to be here next year.
Yep.
Hell yeah, bro. If you gonna
So-
give you 20, I'm gonna catch you with $20 million. Yo, it ain't
Unless,
gotta get
unless they
$500.
traded him, in which I don't think you're finding anybody to take on that
No.
contract. So
You got to find a couple linebackers put around him because
Yep.
Yeah.
and you got to find somebody to back him up too in case he gets banged up. You can't
Yo,
throw Sherwood in
Well,
there.
we got
Blake Cashman.
Listen, we got both the.
Bring him
Nah, we
back.
got both of those cats. We got both of those young
can't
boys. That
take it.
Sherwood and Nasir Dean.
Bryce Huff was like a pass rusher, man, but he's out for the year. He's done. He was good though. He played well last year. He had high expectations this year, and he got hurt, unfortunately. So
Got a lot of guys coming back next year.
yeah. And usually the year after a big injury, it's like the rebuild. It's like get healthy year, which is not good.
Didn't we bring in an all new like conditioning staff this year?
Oh yeah, state of the art, best staff in the country. So
Here they
let's see what we
practice
got here. Crazy game by Big Ben yesterday. The Steelers needed that one, man. They definitely needed that one. What we got here? Some Ashton Davis comments. Some thanks to Mike McCagnon. What position would you guys target with the first rounders? I'd go edge and corner. I can't do draft right now. I don't have the energy to just think about it. Because then you got to figure, what do you spend on free agency? Everybody wants Michael Gallup now, the wide receiver, all kinds of different tight ends.
All depends on what the offensive line looks like.
Yep.
If you don't sign any prominent free agents, then you almost have to invest one of those first rounders, whether it's wherever like you're actually picking or trading down, taking somebody. You'd have to use a high pick on an offensive lineman.
Does Salas still get a pass this year? Yes, he does. It's his first year, man. They're not gonna. He's not getting fired. Does anyone miss Calvin Pryor right now? There's a name we haven't talked about in a while. I still follow him on Twitter, I think.
Yeah.
Yo, y'all remember when the junkie? No, was it him? No, that wasn't him. No, it was what's the kid name that we took that was a safety from Ohio, played linebacker, but sucked. What was his name?
Darren Lee.
Darren Lee.
What's my man's name?
Darren
Lee. Remember that shit he put in the chat when you put on Twitter a couple weeks ago? You know what I'm saying? Like, has just won 8 games since I've been gone. Like, have you played 8 games? Fuck out of here, bro.
So are you guys rooting for the Bills or New England? I'm rooting for the Bills.
Go Buffalo.
Bills, bro. Bills.
You can't root for the Patriots, man. They have the number one seed right now is disgusting. Let's see. Teams with good linemen are not all first rounders. All right. Well, I mean, Joe Douglas is. We got Fear Tucker, so we're trying. And you got Becton, so that's 2 first rounders.
Guys, we'll get one every year. In 5 years, we'll be set.
Yeah, just. Oh man, let's see. There's a couple of Darren Lee. We got Darren Lee comments now. God help us.
Dexter McDougal.
Oh Christ.
I like McDougal though, man. That's my guy right there, man. Yeah. I like Dex, man.
Couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah, I know. He's playing safety.
We knew this year was a wash, but not being able to stop the run, it's just too grisly to watch. That's the whole thing. Like we have, like Primetime always says it, we've lowered our standards so low. Like we just want competent football. We're not even asking for like big wins. Just be competitive on both sides of the ball is all we really asked for. And the defense isn't even competitive. It's crazy.
And even worse, they're not allowing the offense to get on the field.
Yeah, yesterday was so disappointing, man. It was like forever, just sitting in the longest drives. It was like you felt like the minutes coming off your life watching the game. You're like, this is just
it would have been one thing if like Zach Wilson was playing like he did the week before. You're like, all right, defense, just keep getting run all over, stay on the field for 9 minutes, keep our quarterback off the field. But it was like the way he played in the first quarter, you want to see more of him, and then 2 quarters straight, you don't really give him a chance out there.
Like I couldn't imagine sitting in the stadium yesterday watching that. I would probably have had like 10 beers. I mean, I could not sit there and watch shitty football for that long on defense. It's impossible. It'd be torture. Let's see what we got here. We got an Aaron Maben reference.
Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Who was the other guy? Was it Jason Badman was the other guy they had?
Yeah, Jason Taylor for 2 years.
Yeah. We're going down this path now already. Let's see. O-line has been good. Right guard is the only big weakness as of now. Sign Sheriff and use rest of cap space and draft picks for other needs. So you're good with, I guess you're going to bring back Morgan Moses, the right tackle. Is that what we're doing?
Fant.
Or bring Fant and put him back at right?
Bring McGovern back?
McGovern can go in my eyes.
Maybe now they would consider bringing him back and moving him to right guard, and you invest heavy in the center.
To
makes
answer this
sense.
question, is Mosley our captain? If so, nobody listens to him because nobody cares. Well, it's Mosley, Corey Davis, Justin Hardy, and what?
Fatukasi.
Fatakasi.
Yeah, for
Yep.
Kelsey, yeah.
And even he spoke up today and said things need to change and not acceptable.
Yep.
So
It's one thing to say it, but what's actually going on during the week? What's actually going on in practice? Are guys legitimately locked in, putting in the work, or are they just going through the motions and just getting to the end of the season?
I'm curious to see what happens when some of these players leave and go elsewhere next year. Like, you remember when Teddy Bridgewater left the Panthers and he's like, oh, they don't practice this, they don't practice that. And that was an indictment, an indictment on Joe Brady, right? And
Yep.
guess what happened? Joe Brady
Yep.
got fired.
Yep.
I'm curious when players leave, especially defensive players leave, and they start talking about this defensive shit going on here. I'm curious to see what happens with that. It'd be really interesting.
Here's an interesting comment. Would you consider moving Becton over to right tackle next year with the way fans played at left tackle? I would actually consider that.
I consider it. Why not?
Yeah.
I feel like his game is more suited at right tackle anyway, as like a mauler.
Fans played pretty well, man. He played pretty well.
A little bit more athletic. I don't. It's worthy of consideration, I think.
So wait a minute. So now Afram says cut McGovern. Cut McGovern, Greg Van Roten. I'm fine with that. Lawson, Rankins, and Griffin. You're cutting Carl Lawson now?
It's got to be Shaq Lawson, right?
Shaq Lawson. Yeah. He can't cut Carl Lawson. Shaq Lawson makes that much. We give a 2-year deal. What?
I'm pretty sure if they cut Carl Lawson, it would be a cap hit. So I'm assuming it's Shaq, but I don't know.
Yeah, clarify that. We can't.
Everybody else makes sense though.
What's up, Vinny? How you doing? I'm a big Doug Middleton fan, man. That's my guy. I like that guy. I still follow him too. He does a lot of really cool stuff with mental health stuff, man. He's really, really active in the community.
Yep.
What the hell's the score of the game here?
8-7.
Bills front seven playing very Jets-like tonight. Shaq Lawson. Oh yeah, Shaq Lawson can go too. He has brought nothing to the table either. So would you? I don't trust Becton at all. The guy is always being wheeled off on a stretcher. That's just one time. Got to extend Moses. Well, Morgan Moses kind of like came here at a 1-year like show me deal to kind of so he can get his big long-term contract. How old is Morgan Moses now?
He's not that old though.
No, he's
like 30, I think.
Nah, he's in his 30s, definitely.
Is he?
Yeah,
I don't think he's that old.
Anybody want to look it up?
I'll check right now.
Yeah, because he's gonna want what, at least like a 3-year deal, I would think, right?
Wasn't that why he only signed for 1 year, $5 million this year? Because he wanted to sign a long-term deal at the end.
Yep.
He's 30 years old, yeah.
Shaq Lawson is a $9 million gain if cut. How the hell is he making that much money?
What?
How the fuck is
Shaq Lawson? What? Damn. He could leave today.
Yeah. Buddy.
What's up, Carlos? Here's a question for Tyrone. Tyrone, how do you feel about Keelan Cole?
I mean, I like what he's done. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's better than what we had. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm definitely. I'll keep bringing him back next year.
How many targets has he gotten this year?
I mean, no. But listen, he's made some big catches though. I mean,
absolutely. I'm just saying, like, how many times has he actually been targeted though?
I mean, I think with Davis out now, I think he get a little more playing time though. But I like what he was doing. Remember, like early in the preseason, he was fucking killing it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't know, they went away from him for a little bit. But I mean, then you got more coming out. You know what I'm saying? So you got other guys playing well too. But like, not having the tight ends is the team's biggest problem on offense. You give your quarterback no security blanket to get the ball to, man. That's crazy. Attack the seam of the field, man. It's crazy. I don't need that.
We could have a whole new receiving core next year. You could have more Davis and like 3 new guys.
Barrios could be starting for you.
He could be. He's a free agent, isn't he?
Yeah.
He should be. Yeah, he's free agent probably. Yep.
Surprised Douglas hasn't extended him yet. Took care of Myers. I'm sure Barrios is just waiting. Like,
don't do this to me, man.
Number 1 kick returner, number 2 punt returner in the NFL. Show me the money.
They know what they're gonna do is they're gonna make the Pro Bowl first, and then we're gonna pay him. So we're gonna justify the big paycheck.
Yep. There you go. 3 years, $30 million.
Glad we're finally seeing what the hype about Elijah Moore was all about during training camp. He's been excellent, man. He's just on the rise. He's got room for improvement, but he's definitely exciting player, man, for sure.
Yep, he sure is.
What's we got here? Wouldn't mind if we traded Corey Davis for a pick. You can't trade him, man.
No.
There's no way you can trade him. Not next year. I think after next year you can, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they could trade him, but I mean, who would?
Who wants him at that at his price tag?
Coming off surgery, I mean, $9 million, $10 million, whatever his cap it is next year.
Would we bring back Croft, who was mediocre, or sign Gesicki? I mean, they're like apples and oranges. One snickily better than the other one, that's for sure.
They need to draft a tight end and early.
Yeah, bro.
Second
really.
round.
Early.
By
Yes,
the
sir.
second round. You got
probably.
4
Yep.
picks.
Yep.
You got 4 picks in the top. Yeah, in the top, whatever. One of those should be a tight
Yep.
end.
The kid out of Texas A&M or the kid out of Coastal Carolina. Grab one of those, bro.
So Afram saying if you cut Fant, you gain $9.6 million, but you also lose your very quality backup left tackle and probably a decent right tackle.
Yep.
I wouldn't let Fant go, man. I'd keep him.
Nope.
And then who's replacing him?
Nothing that many.
Exactly. You're either signing somebody else. I mean, if you're able to get a serious upgrade to like a long-term contract, that's one thing. But if you're just drafting somebody, I'm not feeling comfortable starting another rookie.
I think LDT they said is day to day, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Early.
Will Adam Gase be available for any exclusive interviews anytime soon? We may sneak one in before the end of the season. It's we're getting too many requests. We have to get him involved in this.
We're gonna have to do like a holiday interview, Coach Gase. Check on his
high school season's over. His high school team
right.
should be doing pretty good.
I heard he skipped Thanksgiving again to prep for that Thanksgiving game they had.
High school game? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so the salary cap's going up by $30 million next year, so the Jets can cut some players. They have a lot of holes too. That's the other problem. So, and the other thing too is a lot of these guys are on 1-year deals, so you got to replenish the rest of your roster with a lot of these, a lot of money too.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this? Did y'all hear about Mosley lying about the handshake stuff?
Well, Fletcher Cox posted a picture of him actually shaking Mosley's hand during the coin toss. So I don't know if Mosley was saying that other guys didn't shake hands, or if it wasn't like a firm enough handshake. I don't know if like Fletcher Cox didn't go like full in for like the full bro dad. I don't know.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
The picture is yes, Fletcher Cox with Mosley, like actually like yeah.
I give up, man.
Yeah,
Are we now we're gonna look like jackasses again over a handshake? I gotta look at Fletcher Cox now. You've got to be kidding me.
Go on his Instagram right now.
I just hate football. They make you hate football. Are you serious?
11-7, fellas. 11-7.
We can't even lie. I mean, this is it. We can't even lie right. I gotta look at this now. I have to go look at this now. I'm just.
What do you show to you?
What? I'm looking with Fletcher Cox.
It's right on the screen if you want to see it.
Oh my God!
Yo.
Do you want me to read the caption? Do you want me to read the caption to you?
Sure.
Respect the game. One thing Fletch will always do. I'm out 9. One great team win.
Come on, man. I can't. This team, man. Why do we?
You know this team does. This team makes me hate every football team. That's what they do, bro.
We can't even
hate every football team plus my team.
They didn't shake our hands, and they actually did.
Oh shit!
Oh my God, Mosley missed the handshake like he missed the ball carrier. What are we doing here? This team, man. This is just 5 more games. Thank you guys for sharing that because I had no idea. You know about this prime time?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Fletcher Cox is like, wait, not only do we blow these guys out, now they're accusing us of things. Oh my God.
I don't know.
Oh man. You guys got any more questions or comments for us? I'm disgusted now. Like I can't even deal with this shit anymore. I like Mosley too, man. Like he's a guy like I respect him, especially in this situation, but it's like endless material. Like we're like the endless comedy show. Seriously. Oh man. You guys got anything else? Primetime, you got anything else?
Nope.
Tyrone, you got anything else?
Nah, that wrapped it up for me, buddy.
We could just go watch. We could all go watch Jets or Bills Patriots and watch some quality football. We'll talk to you guys later. I
Have a good
can't
night.
believe he shook his hand.